'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5, happy with the simple life.
Good morning, y'all. How you doing? If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, hey there. My name is Renee, and today we are off to the local Amish Dent and Bent store. I used to just call it the Amish store, but then I heard it called the Dent and Bent store, and it made a lot of sense. But we're off to the local Amish Dent and Bent store. We're gonna go get some strawberries. They get flats of fruit and pallets of fruit, I guess you would call them. You know, if they're in season or something, for super cheap. So we're able to go get a flat, like a whole big box of strawberries for $16, or half a flat, I think for $9 was it. But we're gonna go get that, and I'll show you around. But shopping at stores like this is how we are able to keep our grocery budget down. I think I may have mentioned in a previous video that we've really been putting our money to work. We've been doing the cash envelope system, and it's working great. And shopping at stores that are lower budget or discount stores is how we're able to do that. So we sometimes shop at the local Amish Dent and Bent stores, and then I've shopped at Aldi before, but until we really started making our money work for us and sticking to a budget. You know, we have X amount of dollars in this grocery envelope here. This is all we get for the month. But I just recently really started paying attention to the prices at Aldi's. You're able to get canned vegetables really cheap. I was able to get cheese really cheap, and I buy a bunch of it and I freeze it. And then whenever we need a package of cheese, I just pull it out. Sometimes their butter is on sale, like their real butter, for like $1.89 for a pound of it. So I know when that's on sale, like the last time it was on sale, I got some. And whenever it's on sale, Emmanuel's mom will stock up. She'll make multiple trips out there just for the butter, and she's got other things to do. She's not strictly going 2 towns over just for butter. Hey Bubba, what you talking about? You crazy boy. Anyway, so looking for stores that are lower budget, you know, more budget friendly, maybe the word, is how we keep our grocery bill down. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all this local Amish Dent and Bent store. And I know we're gonna get strawberries, and then sometimes we just scan all the aisles, going up and down the aisles, because their inventory always changes because of how they get their stock. It's not always going to be the same. So anytime you go, you pretty much have to check out the whole store to see what they have. So I'm going to head that way, and I'll take you with us. So take a picture of that. It's just each, and then stuff like that. Harvest Valley, 21 for a whole box, I guess, for acacia. And then most of this produce is actually Amish grown local. The size of them carrots, dude. And here are the local grown carrots. You can get the multicolored carrots, the rainbow carrots. cheeses.
What's that?
something's beeping. And then milks and butters. Oh, that's not a full pound. So then they had that. See, like sometimes it's damaged and they tape it up, but $1.99. Pop-Tarts. Ooh, granola. $1.79 each. I like the chocolate granola though. I'll admit y'all, it's weird filming in the grocery store. See, the cereals are something that you have to be careful and check their expiration dates. Cereal can still go stale even in the box. And here. Look how big that thing is. And a lot of times too, this store is the best place to get birthday candles. Which we already have birthday candles we don't need anymore. But and they also have baby things. This is one of the places I love to go to whenever Bubba Man was a baby. And they've got toilet paper, all kinds of things, but teethers and formula, baby products like sunblock and some medicine, wipes, diapers, feminine products, just a lot of things. All discount because somehow it may have been damaged somewhere along the line. You used to be able to get the canned fruit real cheap, but now it's $1 a piece. They got tortilla shells and taco shells. You see how a lot of these boxes are just bent up? The food inside is still good most of the time, but yeah, the boxes are just bent. And then a lot of times, and I just recently found this out, they'll buy bulk food, like from companies similar to Azure, and then they'll reweigh it and repackage it up and just sell it that way. Here's some chicken broth for 79 cents. A good example of, you know, checking the date. In just a couple months it goes bad, but that's alright. Some of these things go bad after a while. And here's something, Bob's Red Mill organic coconut flour for $6.39 for 16 ounces. I've never used it and I've never priced it, but it's a small bag, and that seems like a lot for such a small bag. Let me know in the comments if y'all use that and if that's a good price. And then there's also just a little room in the back part of the store that's just got random things. They have a bunch of the egg barbecue stuff. They've had that for years. But then cleaning supplies and comforters and just a bunch of random things. Big bulk bags of things as well. Popcorn, rice, Dry milk corn product. Different types of flowers. And then we get into the seasonings. They buy bulk seasonings and they repackage them in smaller containers. Y'all aren't able to see it, but to the right of this shot, there was like 10 to 12 people waiting by the front door for this new pallet of strawberries to be set down and ready to go. Whenever this store gets produce like this with good deals, you have to go there like the first day as soon as you can, or you'll miss out. This is always really neat to see. This woman and her new husband live a nomadic lifestyle in this area. Alright, one of the things that I had bought was, I guess I didn't mean to punch it. One of the things that I had bought was a box of this dill flavored sunflower seeds for Emmanuel, because he likes dill sunflower seeds. I just didn't know what size bags were in here because it didn't say on the box, but it was $2.50 for this whole box. Let's see. Alright, so here's a good example. These Spitz sunflower seeds. There was no date on the box, so I could, didn't know the expiration date or anything like that. Oh, maybe there was. Is that the same date? It says October. No, this says January. This must be the date that they had gotten them in the store. I don't know. Oh, no, here. October 12, 20. So it did have a date. Hang on, Bubba. It did have a date. I didn't see it at the time. But it was $2.50 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bags. Each bag is 6 pounds, or not 6 pounds, 6 ounces. So we'll see how Emmanuel likes them. They seem to look alright. Like when you're looking through the little clear window. No, I'm not seeing anything funky or questionable on it. So yeah, $2.50 for all of that. It is apparently, is that a Best Buy date? Used by, it's a used by date. So apparently used by a year and a half ago. 2 years ago? Year and a half ago. But I'll see how he likes them. Y'all know I got some decent looking strawberries here. Let me see if you can see them. Yeah. Decent looking strawberries. Some of them are like light colored. but some of them are nice, big, and beautiful. So now I've got to do some dishes in my sink so I can be able to wash all these out and cut them and put them in bags and freeze them. So I wanted to share that clip with y'all of that cute little wagon that was on the side of the road. She is local. She just recently got married. She has a YouTube channel. I'll link it down below in the description. I've watched a couple of her videos on YouTube, but I just know she's local because we've seen her before, and you know, people share her on Facebook, and then her Facebook page came up. Not her personal one, but just the one that she has. It's like Feral Freedom Roamer or something like that. But her and her new husband, and even before she had a new husband, because the first time I had seen her was back in September of 2021. But she's like Feral Freedom Roamer or something. They live a nomadic lifestyle. They have animals. They've got goats and calves, and I know they have a bunny and maybe a chicken. But they just live a nomadic lifestyle, and they roam from here to there. So I just thought that was really neat. On her YouTube or on her Facebook, let's see, I remember reading that they travel like 5 miles a day. And then, you know, there's probably days where they don't travel, like when weather's really bad, or if they just want to rest, I don't know. But it was pretty neat, and I wanted to share that with y'all. So, like I said, I'll leave her YouTube link down below. Go check her out. It's just kind of neat. I really admire that they're doing something that I hope makes them happy. You know, not being tied down with the financial and expenses, or not being tied down with the stress of bills, pretty much. You know, like mortgage and car notes and things like that. So, just wanted to share that with y'all. We had seen her when we were going to the store, but I had forgot that she was local, meaning that she was still close to us. I thought that they had traveled a bit farther than where they were at, based on passing through town a couple weeks ago. But then we did have that bad weather, so maybe they didn't travel during the weather. I don't know. But I just think it's really neat. So go check her out. And here, I'm just pulling off the leaves of the strawberries. I was about to say potatoes. But pulling off the leaves of the strawberries, putting them here. And the ones I've already cut, I've chucked in here too. Just the strawberry scraps, I guess you could call it. I'm going to give those, all that stuff, to the chickens. I'll have to check and see if they can have strawberries, but I mean, hopefully they can. That way none of it goes to waste. But pulling off the leaves, and then I'm going to go rinse them all off, and then I'm going to get to cutting. Goofy me. Goofy me. And I've got this towel here because whenever I cut up strawberries, it gets really juicy and kind of messy. Alright, so here I've got was that 4 bags of unsweetened strawberries. Usually, I think in the past when we've bagged them up to freeze them, I think we've always added sugar, but just in case there's something I need these 4 that doesn't require sugar or maybe already has sugar in it, I'm gonna keep some unsweetened strawberries frozen and then a pile of sweetened strawberries frozen. And I've only gone through about, I don't know, a bucket and a half of strawberries. So, and then I haven't been filling them up totally full. I squeeze out all the air and kind of work them and flatten them out. That's it for the unsweetened. Now we'll go ahead and do up the last bucket as a sweetened strawberry. So this is the 3rd and last bucket. And what I was doing was dumping some of them into here to mix up the sugar. And I was just taking my sugar and this little rice spoon that came with my, I can't think of the name, but it's like a slow cooker, but it's also a electronic rice cooker. So I don't get too much sugar. Well, that might have been a lot, but it'll be all right. And then I just mix it all up. Mix it all up. And out. Those unsweetened. This was some that didn't quite go back up. So we're going to add some more and go back up. I just filmed the whole thing, and then when I went to go turn off the film or turn off the recording, I realized it probably cut off the whole top of my head. So I gotta start this over. So we've got 14 bags of strawberries. They're not what I would consider full quart bags because I put just enough in there to flatten it out to freeze it. And hopefully by making it flat, it'll be easier to thaw or thaw quicker whenever I go to pull them out. But I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags of unsweetened, and then 2, 4, 6, 8 bags. 8 bags? Yeah, 8 bags of sweetened. I don't know if, I'll have something that I want unsweetened for, but just in case. And if we go through all the sweetened and we want to eat these, it doesn't take much to add some sugar to it once it's thawed. But, so, this is a good find. Well, it wasn't even a find. The Amish Dent and Bent store, they have a Facebook, so they announce when they're getting things. Like, I had also, this past fall, that's where I got all the apples from when I made my apple butter. And when I first made it, I was still learning. The recipe's still good, But I learned if it's still really liquidy and really runny, go ahead and cook it some more with the top off of the crock pot. So I've gotten that recipe down pretty good. Oh, and by the way, recipe's pretty good. The bread recipe that y'all saw a video or two ago, I figured out how to fix that. I don't know if it's whether my area or my altitude or whatever, or just the fact that I had too much flour in. But y'all gave me a lot of good tips for that, and I thank you, because I made some bread a couple days later, and I used 5 cups of flour instead of 5.5, and I made sure to level off my flour. Some of y'all said that that is very, very, very important, so I did that, and the bread turned out perfect. We happened to have our friend who's a contractor, the same guy who put in our sliding glass door. He replaced our front door for us and fixed some stuff over there. They had gotten a couple slices once it came fresh out the oven, and they were just making some of the most funniest noises in my kitchen as they were eating this bread. It was a whole bunch of mms and oh, that's good, and it was just really funny. But they loved it, and his wife is actually my best friend. So the untouched loaf, I actually sent home with them. So I have perfected the bread recipe. Well, not perfected it. Next time I make it, I want to let it rise longer to see if that can make it bigger and maybe fluffier still. But it was way better than the first one. It was delicious. It was awesome. But I want to tweak it some more. So that was a really long side tangent. I apologize about that. Back to this. 14 bags of strawberries. It was a really good find. Once again, not a find. They announced they were going to have it. But as y'all saw in the clip as I was leaving the store, when they announced something good like this, that hey, we've got a shipment of strawberries, or hey, we've got a shipment of apples, people will be there all day. That was the busiest I had seen that store probably. No, I've probably seen it that busy once or twice before. But I couldn't even really film in the store because there were so many people. And I still get nervous filming in public, you know, talking to y'all through the camera and things like that. I still get nervous about that. But I also, sometimes I get really self-conscious of, am I invading someone's privacy by filming? There's confliction about that because everybody films wherever they're at usually. Now, do they always put it on YouTube? No, they don't. But everyone's got other people in their videos and things like that. But at the same time, I don't want to offend someone. So anyway, sometimes I just get nervous, but the majority of it is I still get nervous just filming and talking to the camera. And with the amount of people that was in that store today, sorry I didn't get to really film for y'all. It was just a whole bunch of little clips. But hopefully you do some research and maybe you have a store similar to this in your area. I really recommend it. I still give the advice of check the use by, the best by, the expiration dates. Check those. There's some stuff that if I don't even care about the expiration date, like a box of hamburger helper. That's got like powdered preservatives all over the pasta and things like that. So I still buy that. Don't care about the date. I've never had an issue with it. Most of the canned items, I don't care about the date. Never had an issue with it. But things like the dairy and the cereal and a couple other things, if it is an old date, I will not buy it. But if it's cheese and it went bad like a day or two prior or that day, I'll go ahead and buy my stock of it and I stick it in the freezer. So hopefully you have stores like that in your area. You know, it'll be a way to help cut costs if you're on a tight budget like us. But hey, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I pray y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm going to get these in the freezer, and it's got to be this freezer and not the big one, because the big one is full of pork right now. Emmanuel's mom butchered her pig, and they ran out of freezer space, so they asked if we could store some of their pork in ours, and we said yeah. And they said that we can use whatever we want, you know, as payment for storing it here for them. When we get our pigs this spring and we butcher them in the fall, hopefully this will be cleared out, but we will probably get one of those chest freezers. But yeah, once again, another side tangent. Sorry about that. See y'all later. I'm gonna get this in the freezer.
fly.